How do you know that you're ready to adopt a puppy? That's $1 million question. And I know that every now and then we all struggle with that decision. So I'm hoping that with this quick video, I'm able to assist you with your decision making, whether you're ready to adopt a puppy or not. Now, just a disclaimer, I have two dogs, one 12-year-old pointer and the other one is a year-old Great Pyrenees, and I'm truly happy to have them in my life. My entire family is quite happy and feel blessed to have them in our lives. So, that being said, the best advice that I can give you is to be a bit spontaneous. The reason I say that, in my case at least, in both cases, when we picked Kate up some 12 years ago from the Humane Society, as well as when we picked Farla, our Pyrenees, up a year ago, around November, October last year, we were a bit spontaneous. I mean, like everyone else, we were struggling a bit, but I thought, and we thought, that being a bit spontaneous probably doesn't hurt. Now, of course, having Kate in our lives for the last 12 years helped with the decision making. So once you own a pet, it becomes so much easier for you to decide whether or not you're ready to adopt another one. So just to get straight into my points, number one, you have to be spontaneous. There is no reason not to be spontaneous. It doesn't hurt to be spontaneous, so you can be spontaneous when it comes to deciding ultimately whether you're ready or not. Number two, you have to have a little bit of time, depending on the type of breed, whether it's a sporty breed versus whether it's a smaller breed or not. I think in most cases you need to allocate some time so you can exercise your puppy or your dog when they grow up. So that's number two. Now, number three is obviously finance always plays into the role. Now, when I say finance, I don't mean to scare you by no means. I mean, all you need to worry about is just their food and perhaps their treats. And if you can allocate that small amount, I don't think it's too difficult to adopt. So those are the three key points. Now, of course, there is this insurance factor that you need to keep in mind, whether you want to purchase insurance, especially for the type of breeds that are prone to more diseases. So that brings me to my, I believe, fifth point, which is to decide what type of breed that you want to get. Now, that all depends on your circumstances, your environment. So as I mentioned, if you were to get a larger sporty breed, then obviously they need more room, more space to be able to exercise, or you have to live in an area where you can exercise them quite a bit. That's the one for bigger breeds. Now, if you have smaller breed or you have less room, then chances are, if you're living in an apartment, then chances are that you need to go with a smaller breed, and that's okay. That all depends on your situation. But so that's my fifth and final point, that you have to know your circumstances, your surrounding, and depending on your situation, you decide whether you can get a larger breed or a smaller breed, and that's the way it goes. Now, last point, and like anything else in life, when you first get a baby in your family, it's essentially the same idea with a puppy. You have to go through that phase where you have to spend a bit more time, but I can assure you that it gets a lot easier over time, and it's just a matter of time before you get used to the breed. And if it comes to a point where you feel like that you're struggling a little bit, of course there are options for you to take them to training courses and whatnot. But yeah, those are the few points. As I mentioned, I'm going to try and limit it to less than 5 minutes. It's been exactly that, and I hope that helps you with your decision making, whether you're ready to adopt a puppy or not. And good luck with your decision.